mixed number calculations. So this is where we're going to be adding, but we're dealing with mixed numbers, and I'm going to give you an example. Okay, so I want to add 1.5 to 2 3/4. It could be that I've got 1.5 bars of chocolate, and I've got 2 3/4 bars of chocolate left over. If I put them all together, how much have I got? And so I'm going to be doing this as adding. Now, because it's adding, I can consider the whole numbers and the fraction parts sort of separately to each other, independently. So what's going to happen is I'm going to think, well, I know that 1 plus 2 makes 3. So just thinking of the whole number parts, I know that that's going to be 3. And then I've still got to add on that half. So that's going to be there. And I've still got to add on that 3/4. So that's going to look like that. So now my calculation looks in a very similar format to what I'm used to. So I know that I've got the 3. And I'm now adding this 1/2 and 3/4. Obviously, halves and quarters, I'm looking for common denominators. I'm going to use 4. So that becomes 2/4, because 1/2 is exactly the same as 2/4. I've multiplied the bottom by 2 and I've multiplied the top by 2. My 3/4 stays here. So I have now got 3 plus 2/4 plus 3/4, which you can see is going to be 3 plus, my denominator stays as quarters because we're in quarters, that stays as quarters, and my numerator's 2 plus 3, that's going to become 5. Now 3 plus 5/4 is going to be exactly the same as 3 plus 1 1/4, because obviously 5/4 was an improper fraction, it was top heavy, that number is bigger than the denominator. So how many times does 4 go into 5? It goes 1 whole time with a remainder of 1, so it becomes 1 1/4. So my entire calculation now can just simply be finished off, because I've got the 3 that I had originally, add on that 1 and got 1/4, so that's equal to 4 1/4. So the golden rules to remember when you're adding mixed numbers: add the whole numbers first, then add the fraction parts. If you've got different denominators, you'll have to convert your fractions to equivalent fractions so that you have got the same denominator. Then add both parts of your answer together. So you've got the bit from adding the whole numbers and the bit from adding the fractions. Add those two together. And then always make sure that you simplify your answer. You always give any fraction answer in lowest terms.